Hey guys, what is up? Welcome back to my channel. I hope that you're all doing amazing. So today's video is going to be sorely highly requested, I would say. I've gotten a lot of questions about how to get experience, how to get an internship in healthcare administration. So today's video is going to be 5 tips on how to get an internship. If you don't know, I am a graduate level healthcare administration student, so I'm getting my MHA right now. I am finishing up my first year, so I'm about to go into my second year, and as a requirement for my program I had to have a summer internship. So I spent the last few months doing a lot of research on getting an internship, applying to so many internships, and I did finally get a pretty good one here at a large hospital in Charlotte, so I'm super excited about it, and I thought I would share kind of what I've learned over the past few months. I would say this is going to be more broad, so anyone could use these tips to get an internship. These just aren't just specific to getting an internship at a hospital. These are the steps I took to get an internship at a hospital, but really anyone could use these tips to get any kind of internship. So if you are new here, hi, I'm Krista. Make sure that you subscribe. I post lots of grad school content. I guess I'll be one last year of grad school content. Then I'll be going into the workforce. I'm sure I'll make plenty of videos about that. I also do a lot of lifestyle and fashion videos, so make sure that you stick around. I would absolutely love that, and I appreciate it so much. And if you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments. I will do my very best to get back to everyone. If I know the answer to your question, I would love to help out. So short little backstory, like I said, I am going into my second year as a Master of Health Administration student. My internship is a 160-hour internship this summer, and then I'm hoping to stay on maybe a little bit longer as a volunteer with the hospital that I will be volunteering at. It is a large hospital in Charlotte, and my internship is unpaid, which I think is a important point. I went into my internship search basically feeling like I needed a paid internship, but at the end of the day, the experience trumps the pay. So, you know, if you are a student, then you can get student loans, so you can figure out how to get through your summer unpaid. So I feel like that was just a point I wanted to throw out there. Okay, so without further ado, let's get into my tips for you guys. My number 1 tip at the very beginning, most important, is to network and reach out to people. I talk about this all the time, but most of the websites I was using to apply to internships, which are the websites I do suggest, are Indeed and LinkedIn. But the important part about it is to reach out to people despite if they've posted about an internship. So if you know of a hospital executive in your area that you would really like to work under, connect with them on LinkedIn and reach out to them and network. You know, say who you are, what you want to do, ask if they have any available positions, or if they know anybody that might be interested in hiring on an intern. Just cold applying to internships is not the best way to get an internship, I have found. I applied to like 30 internships, and the ones that I really was cold applying to, that I had no kind of connection, those were the ones that I got denied from. So networking these days, everyone I talk to has been preaching the importance of networking and getting your name out there beyond just a cold apply to an application or to a listing. So my number 1 tip is to reach out to people. You never know who someone might know who can make a connection for you. Spend an hour a day on LinkedIn just messaging people, introducing yourself, seeing if they have any connections that they could make for you, because you never know, someone might go, oh, you know what, my friend over at this hospital actually is looking for an intern right now. Let me put in a good word for you. You know, reach out to them, you can go apply. So as tempting as it can be to spend an hour a day applying to these random listings on Indeed and LinkedIn and all that, I would challenge you to, you know, still do like 1 of those a day, but then also get on LinkedIn and spend an hour a day connecting with people, trying to reach out, seeing if anybody has a connection for you. People are often like honored that someone reached out to them. So, you know, make it a personalized message. But like, I love when people reach out to me and are like, hey, I need help, because it comes across like they value you and your opinion. So it'll make people feel good, and they'll be much more likely to help you out. My second tip is to check your college resources. This is so important, and really how I ended up with my internship. Reach out to your program coordinator or like your program president or whatever it is for you. Mine is he's a president who you reach out to and you ask him or her, whoever, hey, do you know any hospitals, any businesses that have connections with UNC Charlotte that would be open to taking an intern? That is super important. Like I said, that's how I got mine. The place that I'm actually interning with only works with UNC Charlotte students. So the president sent out like, hey, this place is looking for an intern, apply here kind of thing. And they were wanting to work with a UNC Charlotte Master of Health Administration student. So that's how I kind of got that connection. Again, it was just a connection. Like, hey, I know you guys are looking for a UNC Charlotte MHA student. I am one. Here's everything that I do. Here's my background. Here's my resume, etc. Reach out to someone in your program and see what kind of connections they have for you. These all kind of go along together because it really is all about networking, connections, etc. But your college probably has connections because that's kind of a college's job, is to have business connections and program connections. So reach out to them, see what businesses other students have worked with in the past. So like, hey, last summer, these places took our students as interns. That's really valuable information because if those interns did good, then that business is likely to want to have another intern from that same program. So that's my second tip, is to reach out to your college, your program president, whoever, and ask them what connections they have that they think would be happy to take a intern from your program and from your school. So my third tip is a little bit tedious, but sometimes necessary if you are just cold applying to internships, because I do understand that sometimes that's what you have to do. But my tip is to add a personalized cover letter to every single one that you apply to. So it's really easy, and I'm totally guilty of this, to on Indeed like quick apply to every single internship that you see in your area or wherever you want to be. But I challenge you to look up the company that you're applying for, look up the executives, look up what they do, what their research is, whatever, and send in a personalized cover letter with your application. So of course you can keep like the bottom half very standard, like this is who I am, this is my history, this is what I hope to do in the future, but have a top paragraph for every single place that you're applying that says, I really want to work at, I don't know, McDonald's in Charlotte, North Carolina, because this McDonald's does this and I think I would fit in great with the team, etc. So try to make it as personalized as possible. They are going to click on your cover letter, and that's the first thing they're going to see is that first paragraph, and hopefully that will hook them and have them read the rest, which is really the important info down on the bottom. But it's really important that you hook them and that it's personalized, because you would be surprised how many people, myself included, I have been guilty of this, just send in a standard cover letter and it doesn't really make anybody want to work with you. Someone's going to be a lot more likely to want to work with you if you seem excited about their company, excited to come onto their team in specific. Make sure that you are doing something that is personalized and just gives your application that extra touch. My fourth tip, kind of going along with getting your name out there and standing out a little bit extra from all the hundreds of applications they're probably receiving, is to ask to set up an informational Zoom call. Something that I think a lot of applications miss out on is that one-on-one conversation where they can actually really get to know you and see that you would be a great business person, or that you have good communication skills and good interview skills and all that. That is so important. So I would say if you have a internship that you are interested in applying to, hold up for like a second if you can on applying to it, and reach out to whoever you can at the company who is in charge of the internships. Reach out to HR first if you have to and ask who you could be connected with, and ask to set up an informational Zoom call. So this would basically be, you'd get on their calendar, you would sit down for 30 minutes and you would ask them a bunch of questions about the internship and then really use that time to express your interest. This is such a game changer because when your application comes across their desk, they are going to remember that Zoom call, they're going to remember your face, they're going to remember your speaking skills, and they are probably going to be a lot more impressed with you. So an informational Zoom call is so important. If you can get it, I know it can be kind of hard, like these are very busy business professionals, but if they can and they will take the time, then sit down with them, have 10 questions about the internship that you want to ask, and really try to get that face-to-face interaction. This also goes along with the networking, which was my number one tip. You can also ask to set up informational Zoom calls with people who aren't looking for interns. So people you've connected with on LinkedIn, if they've been really helpful, you know, they answered your questions, be like, hey, I would love to learn more about what you do. Could we set up an informational Zoom call, 30 minutes of your time? I just want to talk to you. That also is invaluable. Again, they're always going to have you in the back of their mind. If they hear of an internship, if they hear of something and they had that Zoom call with you, they're going to be way more likely to think of you and put your name out there. It's really just all about that networking. So important, and people are happy to help. Like I said before, a lot of people are honored and flattered when people reach out to them for, hey, I want to learn more about you. I want to learn more about your internship program. I want to learn more about what you do. People love that and they want to help. So reach out to people, ask to set up informational Zoom calls on 2 different spectrums. 1 for the internships that you're interested in to get your face in there, and then 2 just for networking purposes. It's a great idea. My 5th tip, we're gonna get cliche here for a moment, but it is literally don't give up, keep applying. Statistically, if you apply to 1 million internships, you have to get one of them, right? That's how I see it. So I know it can be really discouraging. I totally went through this. I thought I was not going to get an internship this summer, truly, because I applied to so many and I kept getting rejections. And also with COVID, a lot of internship programs had been canceled or delayed, and it was taking them a lot longer to get back to people. So I completely understand it can be discouraging and rejection hurts. But at the end of the day, don't take it personally. Keep applying. Don't give up. Keep setting up those Zoom calls. Keep sending your LinkedIn messages, because eventually someone is going to pick you and statistically you will get one. For me, it wasn't really an option. I needed an internship this summer. I didn't care if I had to go to Hawaii. I didn't care if I had to go to California. I didn't care. I had to get an internship. So I was applying. I was spending an hour a day applying and reaching out to people. Monday through Friday, I gave myself the weekends off. But that's what I would suggest. If you just keep going, you eventually will get a slam dunk. So I hope that these tips were somewhat helpful to you guys. Let me know what other kind of like grad school videos that you want to see from me, like sit down type videos. I was thinking I could do like a resume video. I'm definitely going to make a lot of job videos in the future, but I need to get my foot more in the job door with health administration. A lot of people have asked me like, what job should I apply to? And like, I don't know, I'm not there yet. So, but in the future, I definitely plan to make videos like what jobs a healthcare administrator can have and things like that. Let me know what other like relevant videos right now that you guys would like to see on my channel. Of course, so many vlogs and fashion videos are coming soon, my favorite. But if this video was somewhat helpful for you and you like this content, make sure that you subscribe. It literally means the absolute world to me, and I love you guys so very much. I hope this video was helpful, and I will see you so very soon in my next one. Bye guys!